everyone, welcome back or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I am finally building my dream apartment in Bloxburg. I've been wanting to make this build for a while and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So grab a snack, get cozy, and without further ado, let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to another build. Today we are doing something a little bit different. We are officially building my absolute dream apartment in Bloxburg. I wanted this space to feel super aesthetic, cozy, and preppy with like soft pink accents and light wood textures everywhere. And before we get too focused on the build, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for support on my last video. I honestly wasn't expecting it, and seeing all of your kind comments, likes, and new subscribers has meant so much to me. Since I'm just starting out on YouTube, every bit of support really motivates me to keep creating and improving my videos. I am so grateful that you guys are here, and I hope you continue to enjoy watching my videos as much as I enjoy making them. Thank you all again for all the love. It truly means more than you know. But anyway, so right now I'm working on the living room, and I feel like this is probably one of the rooms I was most excited to decorate. I always feel like the living room kind of sets the tone for the rest of the apartment. If I can get this room looking the way I want, then I feel like everything else starts coming together, like, you know what I mean? And I actually changed my mind a few times while I was building this. I kept moving furniture around because I wasn't sure what layout I liked best, and I don't know if anyone else does this, but I'll place something down, stare at it for like 2 minutes, convince myself I love it, and then 5 minutes later I'm deleting it and trying something completely different. I also knew I wanted the lighting in here to stand out a little. Instead of just using the same lighting everywhere, I decided to go with pink lighting in the living room because I thought it made the space feel more unique. I feel like lighting changes the whole mood of a room, and I want this area to have its own personality. The rest of the apartment has warmer lighting, I think, but I like the idea of this room feel a little different. I wasn't really trying to make the apartment look super realistic either. I just wanted it to be fun and colorful. Sometimes I feel like I put too much pressure on myself to make everything perfect, but with this build I wanted to experiment a little more, just see where it went. I actually think one of the hardest parts about building is knowing when to stop decorating. I tell myself, okay, this looks good, and then I add like one more plant, then another decoration, then a lamp, and before I know it, I've completely changed the room again. It's honestly so easy to get carried away, but this is usually the part in the build where I start second guessing everything. I'll look at the room and think, do I even like this anymore? But I've noticed almost every build has that awkward stage where it doesn't look finished yet. I've learned not to like judge it too early because once all the little details are in, it usually like comes together. I'm actually curious, when you guys build, do you already have a plan before you start, or do you just figure it out as you go? Because I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle. I have like an idea in my head, but then once I actually start placing furniture, the builds end up looking completely different than what I imagined. Like honestly, I think that's part of what makes building fun. But I know I talk about Bloxburg a lot, but honestly, it's not the only game I play. Lately, my friends have completely ruined my sleep schedule. We somehow end up playing horror games almost every single night, guys, and I'm not even joking. And it honestly became a tradition at this point. This is actually our second year of doing it, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it. It started as us just wanting to play a couple horror games together, and now it's turned into us staying up way later than we probably should. Every time someone says, let's just play one more game, it never ends up being just one more game. The funny thing is, I don't even know how we stay up as late as we do sometimes. I look at the time thinking it's maybe midnight, and then suddenly it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. Time goes by so fast when we're all in a call laughing. I feel like horror games are so much more fun with friends because everyone's reactions are completely different. Some people are screaming, some people are trying to be brave, then there's like always that one person who accidentally gets everyone caught. It's honestly so chaotic, but that's what makes it fun. I think my favorite part isn't even the game itself, it's just hanging out together. Like half the time we're laughing at something completely unrelated or making jokes while we're supposed to be paying attention. Somehow we always end up talking about the most random things. It's honestly become one of my favorite things to do. Even if it completely destroys my sleep schedule, I always tell myself I'm going to get off early, and then somehow I'm still playing an hour or two later. I don't know how that keeps happening, but I guess that's what happens when you're having fun. I don't know if anyone else has a friend group like that where you all have like one thing you always end up doing together, but it's definitely become our thing. I feel like these are the kind of memories I'm going to look back on one day and laugh about it. If you guys play Roblox too, let me know which ones you think are the best. We're always looking for new games to play, so I'd love to hear your recommendations. Maybe we'll end up finding our next late night obsession. And guys, one thing I've learned since starting YouTube is that there's actually way more that goes into making a video than I expected. Before I started, I thought it was like just recording a build, editing it, and uploading it. But there's honestly so much more behind the scenes. Like, for example, you have to think about a thumbnail because that's the first thing people see. Then you have your banner, your profile picture, your channel name, editing the video, recording the voiceover, writing a title, writing the description. There's just like a lot more than I realized. I actually spent a lot of time trying to get everything the way I wanted before I even uploaded my first video. I wanted my channel to have like a cozy vibe, and I think I like said that in my first video. And so I had someone make my banner, and then I had my profile picture commission too. I wanted everything to feel like it matched, and I think it was worth taking the time to do that. Another thing I've learned is that it's really easy to overthink everything. I'll finish editing a video and then I'll watch it back thinking, should I change this? Should I cut this part out? Should I use different music? And I actually did do that like quite a lot. But I feel like I could keep editing forever if I let myself. Also didn't realize how long editing could take. I thought I'd be done in maybe an hour or two, but then I started adding music, transitions, text, and trying to make everything flow nicely.
Wow, man.
And time goes by so fast when you're editing. I think the biggest thing I've learned though is that you don't have to be perfect to start. If I had waited until I thought everything was perfect, I probably would have never uploaded anything. There's always going to be something I want to improve, and I think that's okay because it means that I'm learning. I'm honestly excited to look back at these first videos a few months or even a year from now. I'm sure there'll be things I'll do differently, but I think that'll just show how much I've grown. Everyone starts somewhere, and this is where my journey starts. I'm honestly really thankful for everyone who's been watching my videos so far. Seeing comments, likes, and people subscribing is honestly really motivating. Like, it really is. It makes me want to keep creating and keep getting better with every upload. I have a lot of I have a lot of ideas for future videos, and I can't wait to bring them life. Hopefully, as I keep uploading, you guys will be able to see my builds improve, my editing improve, and just see the channel grow overall. I think that's one of the coolest parts about starting YouTube. You get to look back and see how far you've come. Okay, guys, I have a random question for you guys, and if you had to choose, would you rather live in an apartment or a house? I feel like I change my answer every time I think about it. Like right now, I think I choose an apartment. I don't know why, but I've always loved the idea of having a cute apartment that feels like your own little space. I think they're just really fun to decorate, and I love how everything is like kind of connected. It feels cozy without having to be huge. I also love the idea of looking out the window and seeing a city view, especially at night when all the lights are on. I feel like that would be such a nice atmosphere. Even just sitting in the living room with some music on would be really relaxing. But then again, houses have so many advantages too. You get way more space, you can have a backyard, maybe a garden, and you don't have to worry about neighbors being right next to you. I think if I ever had a house, I definitely want a nice outdoor area because I love decorated exteriors. Honestly, I think what I like most about apartments is that they make you be creative with the space you have. And you can't really keep adding more rooms, so you really have to think about the layout and how you want everything to look. I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to build this apartment in the first place. It felt like a fun challenge. And if this apartment were real, I'd probably spend most of my time in the living room. I feel like that's the room I'd always end up in, whether I was watching YouTube, playing games with my friends, or editing videos. I think it's definitely my favorite room so far. I don't know if I'm the only one, but whenever I've been in Bloxburg, I always imagine what it would actually be like to live there. I'll finish the build and start thinking, okay, where would I put my desk? What room would I spend the most time in? It kind of makes the build feel more personal. Although if I could have the best of both worlds, I'd probably have a cozy apartment in the city and then a beach house for vacations. I feel like that would be the perfect vibe. You get a fun city life, and then you also have somewhere peaceful to go whenever you want to break. Let me know what you guys would pick because I'm actually curious. Would you rather live in an apartment or a house? And if you could design your dream place, what would be one thing it absolutely has to have? I'd love to read your ideas because everyone has such different styles. But guys, I actually finished this apartment in about a week, which is honestly a lot faster than what I was expecting. I thought it was going to take me a lot longer because I kept getting new ideas while I was building. And it's funny because every time I start a build, I tell myself I'm going to keep this one simple. And somehow that never happens. I'll finish one room, then I'll think of something else I want to add. Then I end up changing the furniture, moving things around, or adding more decoration. It kind of turns into a cycle. I also wasn't building it all day, every day. I work on it for a while, take a break, come back later, and sometimes I'd even come back the next day with a completely different idea. I actually think taking breaks helps because when I come back, I notice things I didn't notice before. There were definitely moments where I just stared at the screen, trying to figure out what to do next. I don't know if anyone else does that, but sometimes I just sit there moving one piece of furniture back and forth because I can't decide where I want it. I also changed my mind on a few things while making this apartment. I feel like that's just part of building though. Sometimes what looks good in your head doesn't look the same once you actually place it down. So you have to experiment a little. Even though it only took me about a week, it was still really fun to work on. I never really felt rushed because I wanted to enjoy the process instead of trying to finish as fast as possible. I think that's one thing I've learned while building, and it's okay if a project takes a little longer, especially if it means you're happier with the final result. And looking back, I'm really happy with how it turned out. There are always little things that I could change or improve, but I think that's true with every build. I don't think I'll ever make a build where I don't eventually think, maybe I could have done that differently, but I guess that's how you improve over time. But I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but coming up with the channel name was honestly way harder than I expected. I thought I'd think of one in 5 minutes, and then I ended up spending so much time trying to find something that actually fit the vibe I wanted. I wanted a name that felt cozy and something I wouldn't get tired of after a few months. I also wanted it to match the kind of content I want to make because I feel like your name is one of the first things people notice when they find your channel. I went through so many different ideas, y'all, before I finally settled on one. Every time I thought I found the perfect name, I'd either change my mind the next day or think of something else that I liked a little better. It was honestly a lot of back and forth. I even started thinking about what kind of profile picture I wanted, what I wanted my banner to look like, and what vibe I wanted the whole channel to have. And once I had all of that planned out, I feel like choosing the name became a little easier because I already knew the direction I wanted to go. And I finally decided on Snowyvela. I feel like it fits the channel really well. I wanted something that felt calm, cozy, and a little unique. Also, like that it matches the wintry aesthetic I'm going for with my profile picture and banner, so everything feels connected. Looking back now, I'm actually glad I took my time instead of just picking the first username or name that came to mind. Even though it took longer than I expected, I think it was worth it because now I have a name that I genuinely like and I can see myself using it for a long time. And if any of you have ever started a YouTube channel or even made a Roblox account, you probably know how hard it is to find a username that's available and that you actually like. It feels like every good username is taken. But let's talk about the build so far, guys. Next up is the main spa bathroom. I'm covering these walls in vertical wood paneling, placing a deep soaking tub with the plant cutout niche in the wall and hanging pink pendant lights overhead. And this bathroom, it kind of reminded me of Love Island, and I think it was the pendant lights because of that hot pink and then just the paneling in the back. But next up, I am working on this custom closet unit right here in the entryway, and along the top shelf I added a row of matching woven storage baskets to hide away any extra clutter and linens. Right underneath that I mounted a series of coat hooks along the back wall so you have a designated spot to hang up purses, jackets, and tote bags as soon as you walk through the door. And then next up I'm gonna work on like the corner of the entryway. And I had got like some inspo off TikTok because, I don't know, there's just like so many ideas you can do for entryways. And then we have this super cute blue ottoman. I placed it right next to the wall to create a little dedicated seating nook that adds a nice pop of color to the space. It's super functional because it gives you an easy spot to sit down. But next I'm working like the hallway, because this hallway is the main connector between the entryway, the spa bathroom, and the living room. I really didn't want it to feel like an empty, plain transition space. I wanted every single inch of this apartment to tell a story. And one thing you'll probably notice in almost all of my builds is that I use a lot of plants. I honestly don't even do it on purpose anymore. It just kind of happens. Like whenever I feel like a room is missing something, the first thing I think of is it probably needs a plant. I feel like plants make every room look so much more alive. Without them, sometimes a space can feel a little empty or unfinished, even if it has all the furniture it needs. Just adding one plant in the corner or on a table can completely change the vibe. I also like using different sizes of plants. Instead of just placing down the same one everywhere, I'll usually mix bigger plants with smaller ones because I think it makes the apartment feel a little more realistic and balanced. I think they're also an easy way to add color without making a room feel too busy. Since I already have a lot of pink throughout this apartment, the green from the plants helps balance everything out and makes the colors stand out even more. And at this point, I honestly don't think I can make a build without plants. If I tried, I'd probably end up adding one at the last minute anyway. I feel like they've kind of become my signature when I build. But this is my first time making a custom bed, and sad to say that I couldn't even record me making it because my storage was full. Yeah, it was full. I paid for extra storage too, and it still wouldn't let me record, so I had to delete a whole bunch of things. But I wanted this room to have a completely different vibe from the living room. The living room is definitely brighter and it has a lot more pink light in it, but for the bedroom, I wanted it to feel a little calmer. The first thing I knew I wanted was a canopy bed. I feel like canopy beds make my bedroom look so much prettier, and I've wanted to use one in the build for a while. Once I placed it down, I feel like everything else started falling into place. I also decided to mix pink and green throughout the room. I don't usually stick to just one accent color because I think adding a couple of different colors makes the space feel more interesting. I wanted to feel colorful without looking too busy. I also tried not to overcrowd the room. Sometimes it's really tempting to keep adding decorations, but I wanted there to still be enough open space so I didn't feel cramped. I think finding that balance is honestly one of the hardest parts about building. One thing I really like is how the bedroom still matches the rest of the apartment without looking exactly the same. I didn't want every room to have the exact same decorations or color placement because then it starts to feel repetitive. I wanted each room to have its own personality while still fitting together. But it's gonna cut out soon, guys. My storage is gonna go out soon on this part. But wow, look. Wow, she is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. If this was my real apartment, I think I'd spend a lot more time in this room as well. But let me get back. Now, one room I was really excited to make was the little hair salon room. I thought it would be fun to add something that wasn't just another bedroom or office. I wanted the apartment to have something a little different that fits my interests. I feel like having a little beauty space just makes the apartment feel more realistic, even if I don't use all of it at the same time in Bloxburg now. It cut out again, guys. I couldn't report this word, but here you can see me like finna place the snacks for the little snack area. Hi guys, it is officially time for tour time, and as you can see from this exterior, it looks pretty crazy, don't it? But that's not the point. This is an interior focused build, so we shall get on with the tour because I'm really excited to get it. Now, starting off with the entryway, I wanted it to be simple but still feel welcoming, so I added a few decorations and plants without making it feel too crowded, and it turned out really cute. Now, then you walk over to the living room, which is definitely my favorite room. I love the pink lighting in here because it gives the space a completely different vibe from the rest of the apartment. And all the windows make it feel really bright and open. Now, right next to that is the kitchen. I wanted to have an open layout so everything flows together instead of feeling separated. And we have our cute little dining area there. There's the bedroom, which has its own style while still matching the rest of the apartment. And we have our little anime area. I love anime, guys. But oh yeah, ensuite bathroom. Ensuite bathroom, cute, simple. And then next, I will show off the hair salon room, which is so cute. It's probably the most unique part of the build. I thought it'd be fun to have something different that makes the apartment feel a little more personal. But yeah, here she's cute. She's cute. Overall, I'm really happy with how everything turned out. I wanted this apartment to feel colorful and bright and like somewhere I'd actually want to live. But let me know which room would you claim if this was your apartment. And if you like to support my channel, make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. See you later.